Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokemon FireRed episode 21. In the last episode, we completed Cycling Road and Silence Bridge and found ourselves here in Fuchsia City. In this episode, we are going to focus on tackling the 5th gym leader in the entire game, Koga, a poison-type gym leader who will give us the SoulBadge, if I'm not mistaken. And we are also going to grab what limited items we can in Fuchsia City right now. So we can go ahead and talk to this guy right here. I'm the fishing guru's older brother. I simply love fishing. I can't bear to go without it. Yes, we like to fish. Take this and fish, my young friend, and we will actually get the good rod. Now, it's worth mentioning that we got the super rod a couple episodes ago, back when we were doing Silent Bridge. So it's actually funny that now is when you can actually get a good rod. Now, we're not totally going to use a good rod because the items that we can find aren't necessarily as good as what we can, or the Pokemon that we can find aren't as good as the Pokemon that you could just simply find with a super rod. Right there, we can find a Max Revive. That's one of the only items that's right here. So then we are going to leave. I don't believe there's any items in here whatsoever. The room next to this is a room that I'm not going to go into right now, but that contains the Warden. The Warden is the warden, the game warden, I guess you could say, of the Safari Zone, which is Fuchsia City's claim to fame in this game. Claim to fame in this game? That was fun. That was fun to say. I like saying that. Alright, so right here we can see a Slowpoke. Now, any of these Pokemon that you look at are going to be entered into your Pokedex as seen. A Chansey! Catching one is all up to chance. Ooh. Right there is a Voltorb. We don't need to look at that because we already know what a Voltorb looks like. Right here is a Lapras. A Lapras, aka the King of the Seas. Now, it's not actually able to be caught in the wild. Lapras is not found in the wild in this game whatsoever. Worth mentioning. Now, the reason I want to come to the mart is because we now have access to Ultra Balls. I don't believe we've actually had access to Ultra Balls at all until this point. There are some other items that we can grab there, such as, I believe, a Max Revive as well. Not something I would recommend picking up. You're not really going to need it. Right here is the possible only chance to see this Pokemon. This is Kabuto, an extremely rare Pokemon that was regenerated from a fossil. Right here is a Pokemon that is native to the Safari Zone. This is Kangaskhan, a maternal Pokemon that raises its young in a pouch in its belly. It is always going to be a female, which is very, very interesting. This guy right here will teach you the move Substitute, which is super useful in competitive battling or multiplayer. It's not actually useful at all in the single player. At least I don't think so. Again, this game, single player, is all about speed. It's all about attacking quick. It's all about hitting the opponent as hard as possible, as quickly as you can. So using something like Substitute, which is basically just a defensive way of drawing out the battle, not a totally good thing to use. Just not the best thing to use. So these are a couple more houses that we can look at. There's nothing really in here. This right here is Bill's house. I'm not going to waste time talking to the NPCs because it's not a totally big deal, but it's worth mentioning that that is indeed Bill's house. Right here is an NPC of interest. This is the move deleter. I can make Pokemon forget their moves. This is the only way in the entire game for Pokemon to forget HMs. So say you taught your Charizard Fly and you want to get rid of it. Well, that's how to do it. Also, I want to show you real quick what I did off screen. I actually taught Topher here, Nidoking, a new TM. That is TM Shadow Ball. We got this from the Celadon City Game Corner for about 4,500 coins. It's a ghost type attack with 80 base power, 100 accuracy. This thing is amazing to have on Nidoking. It makes Nidoking able to stand up against psychic types that he normally couldn't be able to stand up against. So, we are going to head in right away. We're not even going to waste any time, folks. We're going to rush right in to the fifth gym in the entire game. We're cruising, guys. Now, this gym is full of invisible walls. So the goal here is I'm just going to go through this as quickly as I can and take down all of these guys. So right off the bat, we are going to fight a Hypno. You can see Shadow Ball does tremendous damage. Almost took him down. It did take him down to half. And we were able to two-shot him no problem. Right here, we're going to fight even more Psychic-type Pokemon, so we're going to go ahead and use Shadow Ball again, which is able to one-shot that Drowsy. Right here, we're going to one-shot that Drowsy as well, as you can see, and it's easily going to one-shot that Kadabra, because all of these Pokemon are weak to physical attacks. They have low defense. So something like Shadow Ball, which is also super effective, is going to destroy them. absolutely destroy them. Right here, he has a Poison-type Pokemon, and unluckily for us, he actually has Intimidate on that Arbok. So we're going to switch to our Poseidon and just use Ice Beam, because special attacks are obviously super powerful against these Pokemon. And we were able to take down his Sandslash as well with a nice Ice Beam, which of course is super effective. And Poseidon hit level 40, not 41. I was thinking 41 for some reason. I'm gonna go ahead and please tell me I have something to heal. Something to heal paralysis, please, because I don't really want our dear old Poseidon to be paralyzed at all. We need its speed in this game. All right, so we have a berry pouch. We can go ahead and use that. It's a cherry berry. Cherry berry. There we go. The next few trainers that we will fight, I actually forgot one, so let me make sure that I have Topher's there. Okay, good. All right, let's go ahead and take down this trainer over here, which is the, let's see. This is another juggler, so we're going to be able to just use Shadow Ball, take down all of his Psychic-type Pokemon. He's going to use Kadabra. Again, we're going to be able to do this. It's worth mentioning that the 6th gym in the game, the one that we will be going after this, is a pure Psychic gym. Now, there is a trade-off with Nidoking being the one to use Shadow Ball. It's that he's weak himself to Psychic-type attacks, so that's a problem. That's a problem. So basically, our Nidoking needs to be faster than any Psychic type that we fight. Now, I accidentally left Nidoking in there, but that's not a huge issue. We'll be able to take down this Sandslash, no problem. He's going to use Arbok. Of course, we're going to switch to, we're actually going to switch to Bahamut here, who's going to be able to take him down with hopefully a good flamethrower to the face, and maybe a wing attack. There we go, and Bahamut hit level 38. Angela, thank you for the name. It's such a great name. And one last trainer before the actual gym leader himself. This, of course, is another Psychic-type trainer. The jugglers tend to be Psychics, or Psychic-type trainers. They focus on Psychics. They're not actually juggling. They're using their mind powers to juggle balls. I don't get it either. I don't understand. All right, so now we are open here to fight Koga. So the gimmick here of this gym, like I was saying but interrupted myself, is that the gym itself has invisible walls. However, they are very, very easy to see, and won't cause you much of a problem. Now, I am going into this fight a little bit weak, but honestly, I have great faith in our Pokemon. I'm actually going to start off, I was going to start off with Poseidon, but Luna hasn't gotten much screen time, pretty much at all. As you can see, you can literally see like the white boxes that you can just walk through. And here we go. A mere child like you dares to challenge me? The very idea makes me shiver with mirth. Very well. I shall show you true terror as a ninja master. Poison brings steady doom. Sleep renders foes helpless. Despair to the creeping horror of poison-type Pokemon. And that's it. This is Koga, the fifth gym leader in the entire game. He is a pure poison-type gym leader, meaning physical-based attackers aren't going to do well in this gym whatsoever. All of his Pokemon are very, very high physical walls. Very high physical walls. The first Pokemon that we will fight here is Coughing, level 37. It knows the moves Self-Destruct, Smokescreen, Sludge, and Toxic. Toxic is the signature move here in this gym. All of his Pokemon know it. Literally, all of his Pokemon know it. It has the ability Levitate, making it immune to ground-type attacks. Will not be able to affect Coughing, which is unfortunate because obviously ground is one of poison type's weaknesses. Now he's going to use a Hyper Potion on this Coughing, which is a-okay for us. Now he did use Toxic on Luna, and unfortunately this isn't a Gen 6 game, so Luna does not, or a Gen 4 or higher game, right? Gen 4 I think is when Clefairy picked up the ability Magic Guard. So Poison will inevitably destroy it. Now Coughing did use Self-Destruct here, which sucks because that's just a pure waste of experience now. He's gonna die, but he took out our Clefairy too, which sucks. I would have much rathered of Clefairy to stick around. Now he's going to send out another Pokemon, which is a Muck, if I'm not mistaken. He should send out a Muck. Yes, he does. Muck is level 39. It knows the moves Minimize, Acid, Armor, Sludge, and Toxic. Again, you don't want Toxic to be used on you whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and use Poseidon here to use Ice Beam, which doesn't do a tremendous amount of damage, but it's really the only thing that we have that will do damage to Muck. Again, his special defense is fairly high. Honestly, fairly high. But his physical defense is even higher, which is a pretty large problem. All right, so Ice Beam. I don't think Vaporeon or Poseidon here is going to die. Now, it was frozen solid, which means that Koga now has two choices. He can use a full heal to restore Muck, or he can use a Hyper Potion to restore his health. It's up to him. He used a Hyper Potion. Not what I wanted, but honestly, that's okay. That's okay. He's still frozen for at least a turn or two. We're not... In the first generation of games, using a fire attack was the only way to thaw them out. That's not true anymore. Now it goes away the same way that Asleep does and Confusion does. All right, Muck is still frozen solid, so we're looking good. Looks like we might actually be able to take him down. Now, the gimmick here with Toxic, in case you don't know. All right, let's see how much damage. Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. I'm gonna have to switch out. Toxic's gimmick is after, I believe, 8 turns, it will kill your Pokemon no matter what. So Poseidon did go down there, so I wasn't actually able to rescue Poseidon at all there. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can get Muck beaten with a flamethrower. Of course he's paralyzed and can't heal. And he was defrosted. He's gonna use Sludge on us, which is a pretty damaging attack from Muck. It is also, again, paralyzed again, so we got 2 paralyzed hacks there. Not good. And a critical hit from his Sludge. Are you kidding me? Alright, so hopefully this flamethrower will kill this Muck, and if it does, we will go ahead and use a full restore. It does. Awesome. Cool. Cool beans. We get 1,300 experience for that. We are not going to switch Pokemon here. We are going to try to take down his Coughing with just Bahamut. I am going to use a full restore, even though I really don't want to. I don't really have anything else I could. I guess I could use a max revive on... You know what? You know what? Vaporeon is already level 40, so we're gonna get Bahamut some levels here, and not worry at all about Poseidon. So I'm hoping this is another level 37 Coughing. It has the same exact attacks as before. It knows Self-Destruct, Sludge, Toxic, and Smokescreen with the ability Levitate, making it immune to ground type attacks. And it looks like our Flamethrower was actually able to do much more damage than Vaporeon's Ice Beam, which is super useful. Now, this is a Wheezing, level 43. His highest level Pokemon is also one of his best. This Wheezing is just a super strong Generation 1 physical tank. But we'll be able to take it down. It knows Tackle, Smokescreen, Sludge, and Toxic. Again, that Toxic will kill you if you can't take it down quickly, and it again has the ability Levitate, making it immune to ground type attacks. We're going to see if this Flamethrower is actually going to do any... Oh yeah, that did a shit ton of damage. A lot more than I thought it would, but so did his Sludge. I highly recommend picking up a Wheezing if you want a physical wall on your team. Really good. Only has one weakness. It's so good. And Bahamut hit level 39. Doesn't learn anything at 39, which is too bad. Leader Koga was defeated. Take the SoulBadge, and we get 86,000 Pokedollars. 8,600. The reason for that is because Vaporeon had the Amulet coin, which we picked up in the last episode. Now that you have the SoulBadge, the defense of your Pokemon rises. It also lets you surf outside of battle. Take this too. And he'll give us TM06, which is Toxic. Again, Toxic is super great. Very good to have on a tanky type Pokemon. Something that I did consider for the moveset of Vaporeon. Something that I still might consider for the moveset of Vaporeon. So let's just get out of this gym. Alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezing. And let's go heal our Pokemon. Gnarly. In the next episode of Pokemon FireRed, we will tackle the Safari Zone. Now, I'm warning you, the next episode's going to be fairly long, but it's the Safari Zone. This is the most wild Pokemon that we've encountered in the game all at once. A ton of Pokemon bios have to come out, but I'm super excited to do it for you. South of here, we can't go anywhere because we need Surf, which we just learned the ability to use outside of battle. The Safari Zone is home to not only Surf, but also an item that will give us the HM Strength. Both of those will make the entire game open to us. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to drop a like on the video. It sincerely does help me out. Also, I have a question for all of you. since we tackled Koga in this gym, what was the hardest gym leader for you in Pokemon? Generation 1, of course. So in Kanto, what was the hardest gym leader for you? Koga was actually one of mine because I didn't have anything that could deal with poison types. Let me know in the comments below, and remember guys, never give up, never surrender.